community here. So today I thought we'd actually take a look at the Oaxis Entertainment website. So for anybody who's not aware or actually don't know anything about Oaxis, so basically Butch Hartman had created or funded, I guess you could say, a Oaxis or streaming service called Oaxis Entertainment. And it was something that he was going to do back in 2018 after he left Nickelodeon, started his, well, I wouldn't say a career, but like he started on YouTube, and then he started the whole Oaxis thing on a Kickstarter, and as a result, he got $628,000 from my understanding. I could be wrong, but it's quite a bit. He got quite a bit for the Kickstarter, and as a result, he made this. So, and keep in mind that he scammed a lot of people to get this running. So keep that in mind. So, I thought we'd kind of take a look at this for today, because obviously there's a lot of updates on Oaxis. If you really want to look at Pie Guy Rules really touches on that. I would recommend you check out his channel on News with Butch Hartman, because he goes through it a lot. So highly recommend checking him out. Now, the first thing before we move on to like the comedy and other things on here, the first thing I want to address is this. So, when you get access to Oaxis, one thing you got to keep in mind is you're not going to be able to find this. Like, how I was able to get this, I did a lot of digging to get this on a very reliable source. So, if you really want to find this, I recommend do a lot of digging. Like, even when you're on here. Like, when you're on here trying to find it, even by logging in, you're not going to be able to get access to this by logging in. So, I honestly would not even bother. Like even if you put in your username or email, it's not going to work. Even if you did a password, like username, everything, and password, it's not going to work either. You're not going to be able to get access to this. So, really what I recommend is just do a lot of digging. Like, even if you do searching, like this here, this is just stupid. Like, I don't know how the hell they added this here, because even I'm trying to click it, I can't even put my mouse on it. Like, that's how bad this is. I can't even type in this. Like, this is just stupid. Why the hell would you put this here when you can't even have access to it? This is stupid. And even here, if you put your email, like let's say I put an email on here, like it just gives you updates, and even then I wouldn't even bother, since you can't even really do shit on this part here. So very, very poorly run how this is. Very stupid. But anyway, so we're just going to go through this real quick with the comedy and then other genres. So from what I've seen of this has a lot of red flags. Like, a lot. There's a lot of red flags. There's a lot of things on here that I would think if Butch was going to do this, because obviously this is a paid service, like he's actually having people pay for this, that he would have to take out a lot of content on here. Like, there's a lot of them on here that he would have to take out. So, like, for example, like, some of them, like, if you look like the Johnny Bravo, and some of, like, the drawing challenges, like some on here, like the cartoon ideas and, like, the TikTok challenge and stuff like that, those are just YouTube videos. Those are just YouTube clips. So, and because that he made those YouTube clips, he wouldn't be able to have them, because some of them have characters and drawings and IPs that he doesn't own. Like, for example, like the Sonic the Hedgehog thing. Now, some people may say, yeah, but that's fair use. But still, it's a paid service. That's different. Because fair use is you're advertising it. Here, he's making money off those IPs for himself, right? So there's a complete difference right there. Now, for Sonic the Hedgehog, which this is just an example. I know I could be picking other examples, but I'm just going to pick Sonic the Hedgehog for now. So for Sonic the Hedgehog, people have raised the question if he owns this or not. He does not own this. It's just really, he made a drawing of it. He made a commission for this, even though I don't think he drew this. I think somebody else did. He would not own this because Sonic is owned by Sega, so he definitely would not own the rights to Sonic. So that's one red flag right there. And same with Pokemon. Pokemon he does not own. Like, that's not a property he owns. So definitely he would not own that. And then even like IPs like that he created, like Fairy Odd Parents and Danny Phantom, those are owned by Nickelodeon, right? Those are owned by a corporation. Anytime you make a show for them, anytime you make a show for like Disney or Cartoon Network or any other corporation out there, they own the IPs to this. They basically own it because they're funding your show. They're basically bringing out your merch out there. So that means they own it. And for him, I'm actually surprised that he actually is allowed to put Fairy Odd Parents and Danny Phantom content on YouTube. Like, I'm surprised he can get permission for that because he can easily get sued for using those IPs. And I would think he gets sued big time if he had all this on here, which I'm thinking he will. And like look at this. So there's Frozen and Star Wars. Okay, so that's one red flag right there. How the hell are you going to be able to like advertise Frozen on here when that you don't own that either? That's owned by Disney. Kim Possible, same thing, owned by Disney. And all kinds of shit. So like Donald Duck, that's owned by Disney. And like there's a lot of it. Like Speech Bubble, okay, that's different because this is podcast. So that's okay, that's different. But if let's say if we're looking at like content like this, like SpongeBob or Troll Hunters, he can't make this on Oaxis. Like it wouldn't be allowed. So that's like this here. There's a lot of red flags. There's a lot of shadiness so far from what I've seen. And we're gonna take a look at animation because I looked at comedy. We're gonna look at animation. So Johnny Bravo. Okay, we got Sonic here too. We got kind of the same stuff, kind of the same thing as comedy, I would think. It has Speed Racer, which again doesn't own. I forget which Japanese company owns Speed Racer, but still, it's on here. Danny Phantom, Fairy Odd Parents. Let's see. Vader Zim, SpongeBob. Okay, so pretty much it's the same. It's just the same thing. It's the same thing from comedy. There's some he added some new stuff on here, but really it's all the same. We'll go to drama. Just drama. Just this. Nothing new. Homeschool. Okay, who wants to watch that? And then we have what is this? Adventure. Nothing special about adventure. These look like like actual fan films. Like they don't even look good. And then what's this one? Reality. Kind of the same thing. So the way I look at this whole entire Oaxis thing, from what I've seen, is hold on, I'm gonna go back. Sorry about that. Basically, from what I've seen, from just looking at all these videos of what he's offering on this site, is it's basically rehashes of YouTube clips. That's all it is. It's just YouTube clips. So basically what he's trying to do, this is really what I think Butch's intention is of what he's doing with his service. He wants to basically make a Oaxis so that way people can look at his shit. So he can look at his YouTube channel. Because from what I see, it doesn't look like anything new or extravagant. It doesn't look like anything he was offering to people that were funding for his service, because he was advertising. Basically what he was doing was, and this is how he scammed a shitload of people, was he wanted to make a family friendly content. Like basically he wanted to make stuff for kids. That's basically his entire intention. He was just going to make this a kids only content. And from what we've seen and from what the other news outlets have been saying, that he changed his mind and said, oh, we're going to do religious. And now it seems like it doesn't have any religious in here, which I think he probably will, even though I think the guy isn't a Christian. I think he's a fake Christian. But really, from what I've seen from this, it's all YouTube. It's all copies of YouTube clips. That's all it is. It's just YouTube clips. That's all it is. Like, if you look at Speech Bubble and you look at everything else, it's all YouTube clips. It's just shit that he has on YouTube. So really, this is just all a scam. This is just a joke from what I could see from this. And honestly, it doesn't surprise me that this shit would really look horrible, because I don't see in any way how people could pay for this. Like, especially when this is advertised. Like, basically, he's basically indulging people to pay for this kind of service. I don't see anybody really pay for this service. Like, you have to be a complete idiot to actually pay for this kind of service. Like, I understand, like, there's people out there that really like Butch Hartman. I myself am not really a fan of the dude, because I think that this guy's a complete douchebag. I think he's a scam artist. I think that he's an embarrassment to the animation industry, personally. But I know there's people that like him. I don't understand why people like him, but there's people out there that like him. And, it's just, I just, this is just horrible. Like, I can't really comprehend the words to really, like, look at this, because this is just how bad this is. Like I knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Like, when Pie Guy Rules went through this, I didn't think he was that serious until I was like, you know what, I'm actually going to make a video. Like, I actually want to look through this myself and record this, just to see how horrible this is. And it's pretty fucking bad. Like, this is just embarrassing. Like, how do you take that much money and make this into this? Like, this is just garbage. Like, Netflix has better selections and better categories than what he's offering. Like, this is just disgraceful. And you know what? It doesn't. I've made other videos of Butch Hartman based on, like, how he is as a person and everything. This is one of the definitions of really how he is as a person. He's just a complete scam artist. He's just an embarrassment. Like, I don't understand how people really take this guy seriously anymore. Like, and it doesn't surprise me as well, because I know I've said the same word, but like, it just really doesn't. It really doesn't surprise me at the slightest that you have a guy like him from Nickelodeon that will do these kind of things. Because it doesn't surprise me, because you have, like, Chris Savo and or Chris Savino. I don't know how that pronounce his last name, because I know he created The Loud House. You look at him and you look at John Kay. You look at all those guys. It just makes you wonder that Nickelodeon just hires a lot of fucking shady people, because it's not that, like, obviously I know there's people like Fairy Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. That's fine, but I just don't get how you just have a person like him that would make this kind of shit. And he doesn't really give a fuck about fans, or really doesn't give a shit about kids with autism, which is a complete asshole. I think he's an asshole for fucking, making fun of kids with disabilities and everything, because I think it's just, he's just an asshole. He really is. He's just a complete asshole. But it's just like, I just don't understand, like, how Hollywood and a corporation Nickelodeon really likes hiring this guy. Like, he's just, like, this is just embarrassing. But you know what? That's Hollywood. I mean, we see this all the time with other celebrities, and especially with now, right? There's more news out there with celebrities now. It just doesn't. This is just ridiculous. But honestly, I'd really like to know what your thoughts on this, guys. I think this is just horrible. It's poorly organized. Like, the fact that you can't get access to this, it's just hysterical. Like, you're having people looking through your site. You're expecting people to pay to browse through your streaming service, but yet nobody can't get access to it. Like, even when you go on here, you can't even access to it. Like, that's how stupid this website is. But anyway, I would like to know your guys' thoughts on this. Tell me your thoughts on this down below. I really like to know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys.